Faso, Community Manager at PTO Today.
And I'm Craig Bystrinsky, Editor-in-Chief of PTO Today.
And this is the PTO Today Quick Tips video series. Our topic is difficult people, and we've all known them. You know, that board member who sneaks off and has a private conversation with the principal, or that parent who comes to a meeting and is really argumentative about a point. Sometimes we can feel like that person was put on this earth to bother us, but that's really not the case, right?
Right, so the question is, how do you deal with those kind of people? And I really like what Stephen Covey had to say in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. His habit number 5 is seek first to understand and then to be understood. A lot of times people, especially when they're upset, don't say what they really mean, at least not immediately. For instance, I might say to you, Rose, you're a lousy PTO president. But what I might really mean is, Rose, during the meetings, you cut me off constantly on things that are important to me, and that really frustrates me. So it's important to kind of get to the bottom of what the real issue is when you're talking to somebody before you formulate a response.
Right, and so that first step is to listen, which can be difficult, especially if that person is upset. But what we recommend is you stay calm and try to ask them just very general, open-ended questions to just get information from them so you can find out what's really going on.
Yeah, you want to be a reporter, really. Think of yourself as a reporter. You're asking specific questions to try to get to the bottom of the issue. And when you do that, actually body language is very important. You want to just make sure you're not giving off a confrontational sort of feeling. You know, you're not glaring or have your arms folded in a way. Just try to be open and aware of your body language. That's important.
Right. So now that if you've listened and you've heard their story, it's time for you to respond. The best thing to do is be as direct and simple as possible in expressing your point of view. Try to avoid dragging everybody else into it. Well, we all think this, we all do that. Tell this person what you think. Use I statements. I feel this, I think that, and speak directly. Don't get fancy in what you're saying to them.
Right, that's a matter of really taking on the leadership role.
Right.
Use your own feelings and opinions rather than bringing in the whole group and saying we all feel a certain way, which can make somebody really defensive. And there are a couple of other tricks you can use. For example, when somebody just constantly talks and won't stop, which we certainly have all run into, just say their name a few times, and usually that will get them to pause and listen. So I would say Rose, Rose,
I've
Rose,
never heard that
just
before.
every few seconds. And then another trick you can use is if you have just the opposite situation where somebody just completely clams up and won't say anything when there's a confrontation, then just inject a little humor. Try to lighten up the situation a little bit, you know, stretch things a little, just make a little joke, and that can often get somebody to at least begin the conversation.
And remember to follow up. Maybe suggest to this person, say they're having a problem with the way something is being run. See if they're interested in coming to the next planning meeting. Or follow up with a phone call or an email a few days after this discussion just to check where they're at with it, to kind of sort of wrap things up with this person.
Right, so just to summarize, when you have a person who's difficult to deal with, seek first to understand. Listen to what they say, be a reporter, and ask them questions to kind of get to the bottom of what that real meaning is. Then once you've done that, at that point you can formulate your response. You know, directly address the things that they're talking about, and just be aware of your body language, and be sure to follow up afterwards. When things are more calm, often you can talk things through a lot more easily.
Right. So those are our tips in dealing with difficult people. We hope that they're helpful for you, and we appreciate you watching. Thanks.